There we go. Perfect. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Alright. Boom. Bada boom. Put it on the Discord. Okay, nice. Nice, nice, nice. We're good. We're popping. We're slaying the day away. Okay. Ooh, should I do a tweet? Let's do a tweet. Let's do a tweet. Let's do a tweet. On stream, come join. Dip it, dip it, dip a bum 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 bum. Slay! Slay. We're slaying. I'm slaying so hard. Ugh. It's too fucking hot, guys. It's too hot. Cannot do it. Cannot do it. Ugh. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Slay. Hello? Did I just end the stream? Hello? Are we live? Is it live? Is it going? Have I ended the stream? I'm gonna assume I did not end the stream. I think I might have accidentally ended the stream, guys. Whoops! Did I end the stream? Okay. I'm gonna assume we're still live. Oh my gosh, I'm too fucking hot. Get this out of my ear. Too hot. Can't do it. Too hot. Hi, hope you're having a good day. I am having a productive day. I'm overheating a little bit, so the use of the word good is very subjective. It's good in terms of I'm alive. Okay, seeing as I can still see the end stream button, I'm gonna assume that means I didn't end the stream. So that's good. Yeah, it's very hot. There's a heat wave happening. I am boiling, roasting, toasting, gonna turn and burn and tan. Like, that's definitely the vibe of today. So, you know, that's just what's going on. It's supposed to be September. It's supposed to be September, and it's not September. And I'm really upset about it because it's warm. And, like, I was enjoying the heat. I was, but now I'm like, okay, I'm ready for it to be cold again. Please. Thank you. Because I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of the heat. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. This is so sick and fucking twisted. Sick and twisted. Also, I'm assuming the GW in your name stands for Gerard Way. So welcome Gerard Way himself to Theo's Corpse, youtube.com. Yeah. It is supposed to be over the garden wall time. You're so true. So right, Charmander Koala. It is absolutely supposed to be over the garden wall time. Speaking of which, if any of you are on the Discord, I'm probably going to do an Over the Garden Wall watch party on Discord, where I will show you Over the Garden Wall through my very legal copy of the series, because it's not on the streaming services, so I want to show people Over the Garden Wall. Exactly! England is being very weird. It's being so strange. It was literally getting down to, like around, 10 degrees pretty consistently, and now we're back up to, it's, the high 20s. It was, 28 degrees yesterday. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's insane. If you don't use Celsius, I don't know the conversion, but 28 is hot. And it's really hot for England in September, so I think this is, the hottest summer of Earth ever. I believe that's what they're saying, so wonder how that could have happened. There must be some, giant planet-wide problem with the weather and climate or whatever, but who knows? Not my circus, not my monkeys. Guys, My Chemical Romance are recording a new album. They are in the studio recording a new album that might come out pretty soon. It might be coming out pretty soon. So I wanted to do some, like, speculation on what could potentially be happening with that. And, because obviously I like My Chemical Romance just a normal healthy amount, you know, just I like it so much that I made an almost hour-long video about them, so, and intend to make more. So, you know, I'm just a normal, average, healthy consumer of American rock band My Chemical Romance. So I thought we're like, you know, me and my fellow emos, that's you, we could come together, share our ideas of what could possibly be going on, and just, like, discuss, conspiracize, all that good stuff. So, first of all, we need to go over the proof that mcr5 is happening, which there's been a lot of evidence. First of all, we have confirmation that all 4 members of MCR are in LA, which is where their recording studio, I guess, is. So, fact number 1 is that they are all there. You don't listen to MCR and your name's Gerard Way. We got some newbies to MCR in the chat. Really? I thought you would have listened to MCR, Lucas. That is, This will be interesting as I just descend into madness. But yeah, all 5 members, not all 5 members, oh my gosh, what am I talking about? Who am I referring to? I'm in My Chemical Romance in my soul, so that's what I'm referring to. All of MCR has been in LA. Frank was seen outside a fucking recording studio, but I think the most interesting evidence we have is this now deleted TikTok. So this was posted by this username on TikTok. Let me find it. Well, no, it's on screen. It's literally on screen. So this person on TikTok posted this video of their mother, and I'm gonna play it for us all now. This TikTok has since been deleted because I tried to find it on, like, TikTok because I saved it, obviously, and it was gone. It's been deleted. So the fact that it's been deleted is a major, like, green flag on this possibly being true, because if it's, like, if this was just fake, then, like, why would you need to take it down? But so here's what we have.
Sister lives in California.
At the light. Use the left
And her
lane to
boyfriend
onto Sullivan
is
Avenue.
the sound guy, like technician.
Yeah.
For MCR.
Yeah.
And they're making the bomb.
You're not joking, right?
I'm not joking.
You're not joking.
But I don't know how valid this person is because I don't really know this person. But I have no reason to doubt them. Sister lives
Okay, so just to go over what we just heard there. So this is someone with, like, what looks like an MCR fan account. I looked through their account. So their mother's sister, so this person's aunt's boyfriend, allegedly is the sound technician, a sound engineer for MCR, and has confirmed that they're in studio recording an album. Again, like this random mother on TikTok said, no validity to this claim. Like, this just kind of came out of nowhere. I saw this on my For You page. Like, we have no source, like, thing to back this up, other than the fact that this TikTok was deleted. Other than the fact that whoever posted this, has since taken it off their account. Which, that could either be because it was fake and they were, like, concerned about tricking so many people with it, or it could either just be because, you know, best case scenario, someone reached out to them and were like, hey, take this down because it's true, so stop posting this. One of those two things could be the case. or a variety of reasons for them taking this down. Maybe they just didn't like getting that many notifications on their account. Who knows? But this was posted. So, and there's already lots of evidence for mcr5, just in the fact that the band has gotten back together. They've released a single, and we're going to look into the single in a minute, Foundations of Decay. So they have released new music since getting back together, and basically, on tour, I literally witnessed this live. Like, Gerard said, like, oh, next tour we'll do this. When we come back, we'll do this. We're definitely gonna come back. So it's like, well, why would you come back on a second reunion tour, but you would go back on tour if you're releasing another album? Like, Gerard literally said at the show that I was at, I was stood physically there, and he was like, we're gonna be touring till at least our 50s. Like, we love playing music. Like, we're gonna come back to, like, Manchester, Warrington, whatever. It was really funny, because we were in Warrington, and he thought it was Manchester. Which, as someone from Manchester who had to trek to Warrington, I was like, this is definitely not Manchester. But anyways, so there's just a lot of circumstantial evidence that mcr5 is happening, just based off, like, they're a band who got back together, and they specifically didn't say this was like a farewell tour. This was their return tour. It wasn't a reunion tour, it wasn't a farewell tour. It was advertised as the return tour. So they got back together, did a tour to, like, get everyone, like, hyped for MCR again, presumably so that we're all now on the edge of our seats waiting for this album. So, let's discuss what mcr5 could possibly be. And I have Photoshop up, which is how we know things are serious. Okay, so let's do our mcr5 theorizing. Alright, so need to clear this, get this out of here. So, our first thing is obviously the swarm. So, if you don't know, they have this cicada symbol. It's on the merch, it's on the hoodie I have, it's on a lot of the merch. There's a lot of things that say swarm. Like, there's just this, like, recurring motif of, like, cicadas and the word swarm. So, some people were calling it the Swarm Tour. Like, a lot of it says Decay, because obviously the song that we're going to get into, the Foundations of Decay. And this is definitely probably going to be a very important symbol. Like, this cicada is definitely going to be, like, really important to the album. So this cicada is definitely probably the symbol, or one of the major symbols, or one of the major, like, visual motifs of mcr5. And I think we can safely assume this because Frank Iero got this tattooed on his ass. That is Frank Iero's ass right there. He posted it to Maine. That, it says swarm, again, with the cicada, right on his fucking ass. So, I don't think Frank would get that tattooed if the cicada was just the symbol of, like, you know, the return tour. I think this cicada is very important to whatever the new album is going to be. So we have cicada motif, swarm. So we'll make a note of that there. Is my face covering that too much? Oh, it's covering Frank's ass. I gotta move Frank's ass. Perfect. Can we see Frank's ass again? Lovely. Alright. So, our next thing is obviously the Foundations of Decay. This is just the album art for it. It's not very visually interesting. So sorry about that. Then what's next? Oh, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. So, the Foundations of Decay. This is the only song we allegedly have off this album. I'm assuming Foundations of Decay is from the album, is on the album. That is just generally how music works. Artists will release a single, and then that single is a part of the album. So, we are going to operate under the idea that Foundations of Decay is on the album. The album could even be called Foundations of Decay. Who knows? I'm just going to call it mcr5 for now, or we can call it Decay. Again, the merch that they were selling said Decay, had cicadas on it. I have a hoodie that says Decay and has a cicada on the hood. That was, like, the main merch. They were also selling just, like, random silly merch like this. But a lot of, like, Decay, cicadas, Foundations of Decay. So, as you probably know, if you don't know MCR but have seen my MCR video, all MCR albums have a story. None of them are just like a collections of songs that the band wrote. Like, a lot of the songs are written from personal meaning, but then are given double meaning in the context of whatever story is being told. So the first MCR album, Bullets, is about the Demolition Lovers being alive. The second album, Three Cheers, as you all know very much what that's about, is the Demolition Lovers being separated with death and then murder and all that stuff. The third MCR album is Black Parade, which is about the patient, who is a character who goes through cancer treatment and dies. And then the fourth album, Danger Days, is about a group of characters called the Killjoys, and there's a whole series of comics about them. So, and then some people, like, you know, there's conventional weapons, but that's not, like, officially MCR5. It is confirmed to be a cicada. It is confirmed to be a cicada. I think in other artwork it's very clearly a cicada. Everyone's calling it the cicada. So, I'm pretty sure it is a cicada, yes. So anyways, all the albums have a story, right? It's like, so what I'm trying to work out is what could possibly be the story, be the narrative of this album, because if I'm right, and I have video proof that I called it, I'm gonna look so fucking smart, guys. So anyways, Foundations of Decay. So we can try and piece this together if we examine the lyrics to Foundations of Decay, and we can like try and get an idea on what characters are maybe in this album, what a lot of the theming is. Already, just based off this, we have lots of themes we have the Decay, themes of decay, death, vermin. Oh, I didn't do that right. Vermin with the cicadas. I think they wrote vermin on one of the drums. Like, they had rats in the background on the on their set, which we're gonna get into in a minute. So there's a lot of themes of like death, decay, vermin. There are corpses here. We are in a world filled with corpses and rotting things. Like rot was written on one of the drums. Gerard would like write stuff on like the bass drum on each show. We got like words like rot, gnaw, vermin, rat, like that kind of stuff. So that's where this is coming from. So let's quickly look at the lyrics of Foundations of Decay. So already, line 1, see the man who stands upon the hill, he dreams of all the battles won. We have a character. We have a man on a hill. Faded left the scars upon the face with all the damage they have done. So this is a man who's gone to war, possibly. This is a man who's been scarred by war, and with the damage they had done. So he has been attacked in war and has had some visible scarring from it. Then if we skip to the chorus, let our bodies lay, mark our hearts with shame, let our blood in vain, you'll find God in pain. Convictions of a passing faith, may your ashes feed in the river of the morning rays. And as the vermin crawls, we lay in the foundations of decay. So clearly this, I interpret this as this being some, like, soldier, some man who's just been in battle, standing in basically a field of corpses. And this is kind of like, the chorus is, like, from the perspective of the dead soldiers around him. This is very much war imagery, which is very big in MCR. Obviously, the whole band was started after Gerard witnessing 9/11, and there's a lot of anti-war, like, war is bad, war is brutal. A lot of that throughout all of the albums, really. Even if it's not explicit, like, Ghost of You isn't explicitly a war song, but they made the music video anti-war. So, that kind of stuff. So, this, already, Foundations of Decay is very... So, we have our character, first of all. So, we have a character. Let's just call him, Man on the Hill. Main character, question mark. We don't know that he's the main character. He might not be the main character. There might be multiple main characters. We don't know any of the characters in this album quite yet. He was there the day the towers fell, and so he wandered down the road. Towers fell, 9/11, very clear. So we have a time frame for when this song takes place as well. So this is a post 9/11 war. That could be Afghan war, Iraq war. Lots of wars, unfortunately, happened after 9/11. So, oh shit, I didn't switch to the Photoshop thing. This is what I added. So, yeah. So we're already building a very clear narrative, very clear time frame of where we could be, and yeah. So now I'll go back to the lyrics. But it's too much, too late. You're in the race, so oppressed, and you can't take it anymore. Let our bodies lay. All of that. This is just like, all of this just to me reads like, and as the swarm it calls, there's the swarm again. This just feels about like anti-war. Like, will you welcome your extinction in the morning rays? Again, a desert-based war out in, like, Afghanistan or Iraq. So this is probably a more modern album with its, in terms of, like, what kind of anti-war messages it's sending. Because, obviously, Black Parade had a lot of, like, World War II vibes with its war songs. So this could possibly be alluding to all of that with that kind of stuff. So Man on the Hill, post 9/11 war. And so that's what we got so far for just Foundations of Decay. So Foundations of Decay just seems like a song about a man who has been at war post 9/11, so in modern times, and he's probably one of the only survivors. We know that he's scarred, that kind of stuff. Man on the Hill, only survivor, surrounded by corpses. Get it? Because it's Theo's corpse. We'll just make some of this smaller real quick. Yeah. Alright. So, and that kind of brings us back into, like, the vermin and swarming thing. If we're in a desert with, like, a field of corpses, that would explain why we have so many, like, well, are cicadas from the desert? Let's look that up. Where are cicadas native to? Is it just North America? Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Latin America. Okay. So all over the fucking place, pretty much, basically. So cicadas are everywhere. So that's not super relevant. So let's get back to what we're talking about. Our next thing, Pool Boy at the Vampire Mansion. So, Gerard has been wearing a lot of interesting outfits this tour, which we're gonna get into some of the other ones. But one of the first, like, things that a lot of people took notice to was when he came out on stage wearing this shirt that read, Pool Boy at the Vampire Mansion. Now, I have this shirt, lots of people have this shirt, very popular shirt, and I will say whenever I do wear this shirt, people are like, not everyone, like, it'll be like one or two, and they'll be like, and most people are just like, what the fuck is your shirt? But anyways, so he's wearing this shirt that says Pool Boy at the Vampire Mansion. And now, this could just be like a random silly shirt. Why are we focusing in on this shirt? Well, this is just a black shirt with white text, and it just says Pool Boy at the Vampire Mansion. When MCR was in its Bullets era, so like doing its first few shows, before 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge was even released or announced, Gerard Way wore this shirt, which I don't know if you can see here, but is almost identical to the Pool Boy and the Vampire Mansion shirt in style, a black shirt with white text, and it says, Thank You for the Venom. Thank You for the Venom was not a released song at this point. No one had heard of Thank You for the Venom. Thank You for the Venom meant nothing to anyone. Just like Pool Boy at the Vampire Mansion currently means nothing to us. So, a lot of people think, myself included, that because he wore a Thank You for the Venom shirt almost exactly like the Pool Boy at the Vampire Mansion shirt, and then Thank You for the Venom then became a song on the next album, Pool Boy at the Vampire Mansion is going to be a song on mcr5. I don't think that's that crazy of a thing to say. Song title, Pool Boy. Oh my gosh, I'm really struggling when there's an audience. At the Vampire, not Empire. At the Vampire Mansion. So, we have another song title, possibly. We might know another song title, and that could be Pool Boy at the Vampire Mansion. So obviously there's a lot of vampiric themes within MCR. They're very vampire-esque band. References to vampires. Vampires will never hurt you. Fucking Twilight was inspired by MCR. So, a Vampire Mansion would make sense. And there's a pool boy at this Vampire Mansion. And that's pretty much all we fucking know. So I am speculating that this could possibly be an album about modern day vampires, because a pool boy is a very modern thing to have. You don't really have a pool boy in the fucking 1800s at your Victorian vampire mansion. You have a pool boy when you have like a modern day pool. So I'm thinking, since Foundations of Decay is a modern song set with a modern war, and by my modern I just mean happening after 2001, and then we have a vampire mansion that has a pool and hires a pool boy. mcr5 modern vampire story. That's just what I'm gonna say. Based off these two things, like, I think it could possibly be, you know, some type of... No, he wore it the whole show. He wore this the whole show. He did not change. So because we have a modern war, and then we have the modern thing of the pool boy, I'm thinking we're dealing with vampires who live in the modern day, and that's kind of the story that we're going to be told about. And when we think about that, then we can start to consider other things Gerard has worn. For example, very famously, Gerard. So Gerard Way came out on stage in this cheerleading outfit. It was very camp, very slay. We all lost our minds on Twitter. I am still thinking about it to this day. I might get this tattooed. Like, I love Gerard with my whole mind, body, and soul, but what if this is not actually Gerard, but Gerard dressing up as one of the characters from mcr5? So we don't know who lives at this vampire mansion. Presumably this guy who survived the war could be a vampire, and that's why he lived, and everyone else died, because he can't die. He's already undead. So the man on the hill could be a vampire. Possible vampire is this guy over here. And Gerard could also be another vampire. We might get a song about... Oh my gosh. Okay. Yep, there we go. Yep, and doot. Gerard could also be a possible vampire as well. We could get a song about cheerleader becoming evil / vampire. So, because that's what I've been thinking this whole time about Gerard, is that this is a character from the album that we just don't know about yet. And that, because I mean, obviously, Gerard's been wearing a lot of funky shit. He came out covered in motor oil. He came out covered in blood. He came out dressed as the clown. He came out in a shirt that said piss. Like, oh no, his shirt said vinegar. Frank said piss. Like, this could just be anything. But it also could be a character from the album. Because we don't know much about Hill Guy. Because the Hill Guy, obviously, he could just be some, like, survivor of the war. But he could be, if we're, like, thinking in, like, terms of Twilight, like, he could be, like, the Carlisle figure. He could have started this vampire mansion, like, created this mansion as a place for vampires to live. But also, who the fuck is the pool boy? Because pool boy at the vampire mansion kind of implies that, like, the pool boy isn't, like, a vampire. So the pool boy could be human, and, like, Gerard could be dressed kind of as the pool boy there. Maybe the pool boy has to wear a shirt identifying himself as the pool boy as at the vampire mansion. Maybe the man on the hill is the pool boy and they're one and the same. We don't know. And so next we have, Gerard and the Joan of Arc. So we also had Gerard dressed as Joan of Arc. Gerard has worn just a lot of outfits, so this is mostly just to, like, you know, show that, like, he's been wearing a lot of stuff. But we could get a Joan of Arc song. Who knows? Like, maybe, maybe wild speculation. Joan of Arc, vampire, living in modern times in the mansion. What do we think about that? So she could possibly be another one of the vampires living in this vampire mansion, and this album is the story of that. I know I'm really latching on to the vampire mansion thing, but they started selling this shirt themselves. Gerard wore this shirt, and then My Chemical Romance officially started selling this shirt. So they clearly think it's important enough because, like, they're selling this shirt themselves. So, oh, you can't see the bottom of the thing. Shit. I'll move it up. I'll move it up. I'll move it up. Hold on. Hold on. Ah! No, not that. We'll just doop, 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 doop. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? Yes, you can. Perfect. So these two could also be living at the vampire mansion. Yeah, it's because Photoshop's big. And there's also a variety of other characters that Gerard dressed as. We also have the nurse. So the nurse could also be at the vampire mansion. We could also have a nurse. I'm just going to put possible vampires. We could have a vampiric nurse. This could also be a war nurse. War nurse. She could be at whatever war is happening with the man on the hill. She could, like, save his life. So let's draw a line for her there. So she could be involved with the war with the man on the hill. We could even say that maybe she's like the head vampire, and so it's kind of like Carlisle from Twilight, where she's like a nurse who like turns people into vampires in order to save them. But I'm really banking on the modern vampire story of what this is. And like, I don't know how that feeds into the cicadas. We're gonna get there. We're gonna try and tie it all together, guys. But this is just like throwing ideas out and seeing what sticks. So next, we have the actual fucking vampire. He did dress as an actual vampire. So this is a real vampire canon. Canon confirmed. This is a real vampire that Gerard also dressed as. So we know for sure there is at least one real vampire. So maybe it's not the nurse is the head of the vampire mansion. It's probably this guy. So he's probably the king of the vampire mansion, owns the vampire mansion. Like, whoever this guy is. Some people are like, it's Dracula, whatever. So we have a real vampire, which feeds into our modern vampire story. I'll just get rid of that line. That feels unnecessary. So we have a real vampire, possible the owner of the mansion. Owner of the mansion. So he could possibly be owning the mansion that he has a pool boy for. And because it's MCR, he's probably gay and fucking the pool boy. I'm gonna call it now Pool Boy Bottoms for Vamp Daddy. That's what I'm gonna say is canon and happening. I'm gonna call it now. Call it now. Pool Boy's fruity. Pool Boy is gay as fuck. So, yeah. This is what we got so far. And this would feed into our theme of, like, decay and death. Because obviously vampires are dead. And in, like, some media, their bodies are decaying. And some they are not. And being a vampire could, like, stop your need for decaying. And so this would all tie back together with our established themes. And so finally, we have the post-apocalypse. So I'm going to quickly put this in front of everything so everyone can see it. We're going to move it back. So the set for the MCR Return Tour was this ruined cityscape. With like a dead rat back there, again tying into our themes of vermin, and it was this like post-apocalyptic looking future type thing. Now, hot take, I don't think this is a post-apocalyptic future. I think this is New York post 9/11. The way it looks, the fact that we're in an urban environment with destroyed buildings, there's like a modern looking school bus back here. I think that the set is 9/11. So we're gonna put this not there. Well, I kind of made this difficult for myself. So we're gonna put this there, and everyone's gonna remember what this is. So we're at 9/11. 9/11 set. Which would feed into our modern. We're in modern times. Like, Black Parade, you'll see in my Black Parade video. But Black Parade is notably not set in modern times. I have many, many reasons why it can't be. So we are at, not modern times, let's say early 2000s, but I'm gonna still call that modern. Because I'm old, I guess. So 9/11 set, this feeds into our modern vampires. We are in, like, the early 2000s, possibly 2001 exactly. And so these are connected via that. So that's everything I had pulled up initially. So now let's just, like, kind of, like, lose our minds. I'm gonna finally take this out. I don't need this anymore. Okay. So here's what we got going on. We gotta connect the cicada to it somehow. The thing is cicadas notably don't drink blood. If this was a mosquito, it would be so easy, which he did write mosquito on the drum one of the times at the show. So we have two song titles, maybe. Foundations of Decay and Pool Boy at the Vampire Mansion. Again, we haven't, had either of these actually confirmed for the album. Foundations of Decay is looking like, I would say 95% likely to be a song on the album. Pool Boy at the Vampire Mansion, I'm going to give it like an 80%, but we're just going to run with it so that we have something to go off of. Now, also, these are not all of the costumes he wore. These are just the ones that, are sticking out to me. Especially the vampire one. The vampire thing is I'm really going in on it because it's the only thing that really appeared twice. We have him wearing the word vampire in a shirt and then dressing as a vampire here. So vampire is, the only thing that has appeared, multiple times within Gerard's wardrobe. So I'm gonna quickly make just this, red. Perfect. Modern vampire story. We know that it has to do something with vampires. It has to. So that's what I got. That's what I got. So the question is who is the man on the hill in Foundations of Decay? Is he a vampire or is he not? Is he escaping a vampire? Why is he at war? And what the fuck do the cicadas have to do with anything? So what the fuck are the cicadas doing here, guys? I have a lot of questions and not a lot of answers yet. But I do think with the Vampire Mansion, what could maybe happen is that, the cheerleader's dating the pool boy and he brings her to the Vampire Mansion and she gets turned into a vampire. Maybe. I like the idea of an evil cheerleader vampire, not just because Jennifer's Body is my favorite film. But I do think this guy right here, this vampire guy, he owns the Vampire Mansion. So that's what I'm thinking is going on. And because I've seen people refer to the set of the thing as the Apocalypse set, but I think it's definitely 9/11, which for a band made based off 9/11, not based off 9/11, but for it is strange that Gerard Way witnessed 9/11 and then didn't actually write really any songs about it, unless he did and I'm just stupid. But for this to be the 9/11 album would make a lot of sense on why it's their return album, because it kind of harkens back to how they were formed, because obviously everyone knows the story. Gerard Way saw 9/11, he was like, I gotta make a band, and then made a band, and then the band broke up and now the bands come back together, and so it would kind of be that circular what's it called? Oh my gosh, what's it called? A circular storytelling. Cyclical. It would be a very cyclical story for them to then return as a band with an album now about 9/11, now that it's been 20 years. So I probably shouldn't call it a modern vampire story, I guess, if it is 20 years ago, but I really want to believe that the 2000s are still modern times. So it would make a lot of sense, like, in terms of just being, like, good theming with the band and the music to have it come back to where it all began with something with a lot of heavy 9/11 themes and topics and stuff like that. I've been talking for so long. I missed the rat when I saw them live. I was only looking at the rat. I was like, what's the rat doing? What's the rat doing? So, this is crazy. I look crazy. This is absolutely insane. So, I'm just trying to think on, like, Cicadas reminded me of Bone, a graphic novel series I read when I was younger. In the first chapter, a swarm of cicadas flew through and separated the protagonist from his brothers. Alright. Bone graphic novel. Oh, I know that. I know that one. I know that one. Yeah. Oh, I know this one. I know that one. I know that one. Because how do the cicadas fit into the vampire stuff? And then also into the 9/11 stuff? Or is the cicada just like a visual motif and it doesn't have anything to do narratively with anything? I'm really struggling how to, like, get the swarm, how that feeds into it. Maybe let's look at the lyrics again. Foundations of Decay lyrics. That is not how you spell lyrics. Where does the word swarm come up in there? You must fix your heart and build an altar where it swells. You must fix your heart and build an altar where it swells. When the storm it games, the sky it rains. Let it flood, let it wash away. And as you stumble through your last crusade, will you welcome your extinction in the morning rays? And as the swarm calls, we lay in the foundations. Lay in the foundations of decay. So what have the genius people said about the swarm? At least fly that said swarm. Yeah. Is it a fly or a cicada? I thought it was a cicada. Who the fuck told me it was a cicada? Is it a fly? Alright, Genius.com says it's a fly. Okay, it might actually be a fly. Is that a fucking fly? Has it been a fly this whole time? Am I just stupid? Alright. I'm gonna call it an insect then. I guess it's a fucking fly? Insect motif. Because this looks like a cicada. This, the actual thing. But this on Frank's ass, now that I'm looking at Frank's ass more, kind of looks like a fly. Okay, let's operate under the theory it's a fly. That would still just mean, like, flies circling like corpses. That would still just be, like, swarming corpses. So we have we have lots of corpses. Lots of corpses. Like, there are just lots of corpses everywhere. So that could be from, again, 9/11. Okay. I think it does make more sense if it's a fly. Guys, I think I'm literally just stupid. I think I am literally... Who the fuck told me it was a cicada? Someone somewhere tweeted it was a cicada, and I ran with that. Alright, so we have lots of corpses because of the flies. We have lots of corpses because it's 9/11. We have lots of corpses because there's war. And we could have lots of corpses because everyone's a vampire, and they're all dead. But they wouldn't be corpses. Or the vampires could be collecting corpses. Vampires collecting corpses. I do... Is it a fly? We have vampires possibly collecting corpses. This is interesting. This is interesting. It's all coming together a little bit. It's all tying itself together. Gerard also dressed as a cat. Do we think the cat has anything to do with it? He also dressed as a ghost. So coming for my brand. So again, back to death, back to corpses. So the thing is in past albums, obviously death has been very big. It's an emo band. Of course, death is going to be a big thing. In Black Parade, a lot of the death imagery is, like, around blood and disease and heartbreak. Like, it's more about the sadness of the death and also, like, coping with your own death. So that's kind of what the death theming in, like, Black Parade is. And then the death theming in, Three Cheers is, obviously, has a lot to do with, like, murder specifically. But, like, very rarely do we, like, get imagery of corpses when MCR does death. So, the fact that this album is seemingly focusing a lot on, like, the actual dead bodies left behind is interesting. Something I was thinking, what if there's also themes of resurrection and being brought back to life? It also parallels MCR's return. Do they do autobiographical stories? Yes! Okay, yes. Yeah. So, like vampirism, that is, like, resurrecting. You die and then you're undead. Like, a vampire brings you back or whatever. Yeah. It could definitely be, like, themes of resurrection and stuff. They do, like, write songs about, like, what's happened in their lives and then relate it to, like, whatever, like, the story is. So, like, the first example I can think of is in Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge. Like, Helena is a song about, like, Gerard and Mikey personally losing their grandmother, but then obviously within the context of the story, it's just a song about losing a woman in your life, and that woman to the male demolition lover is his girlfriend. So, or his wife, whatever you want to call her. So, yeah. It could definitely be, like, reflective of them as a band. And, like, the corpses that we see are getting, like, motifs of, that could definitely, like, relate to, like, I don't know, like what could have been if they had stayed up, I don't know. The corpses could be, like, the past albums, or, like, other songs or albums they wanted to do but couldn't. I'm not entirely sure. But we just got themes of corpses and stuff, so I'm gonna start just making a bunch of bold random claims and just throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks. So, you know, because I feel like if I'm just out there, then, like, something's gotta be right, you know? Like, something's gotta be correct with it. Hello? Hi, I'm live.
Hi.
Hello.
Are you live?
I'm literally live.
Okay.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye. Ash is home, everybody. What was I saying? I'm just gonna make a bunch of random claims, and we're gonna see if anything I say is even remotely correct. So, random. Oh no! Why is the text white? Text black. Random mcr5 claims. We're just gonna see what my brain. It is a very squeaky door. Fun fact about my door. The people who lived here before me built this room onto the house. It is an extension, and they didn't know what they were fucking doing. So my door is broken, it's loud and squeaky and horrible, and it doesn't close. My door does not close. Like, it'll, like, sit, like, flat with the wall, but then, like, you don't actually, like, turn the handle to open it. You just kind of push it one way or the other. It doesn't actually close. So, yeah. Fun random fact about my life. Anyways, let's just make a bunch of random fucking claims, okay? So, Pool Boy is pass around party bottom at the Vampire Mansion. Claim number 1. I'm saying it. I'm doing it. Cheerleader is a vampire. She kills people. I'm gonna say it. I'm just gonna go with it. No, I'm not gonna say someone causes 9/11. Song about dying in 9/11. We're gonna get a song from the perspective of someone who dies in 9/11. That I'm gonna say it. A character eats rats. Who knows who it's gonna be, but someone's gonna eat rats. They're just gonna start eating rats. Let's think. 13 tracks. It's gonna be 13 tracks. Exactly 13 tracks, no more, no less. Album is not called Foundations of Decay. It's gonna be called something else. It's gonna be called something different. I can feel it in my nuggets. Let's get crazy. Come on. I'm thinking of everything Gerard dressed up as. Let's think. Trying to think what they would be like writing about, like in like no, we're not thinking with logic. We're just thinking with vibes. We're thinking with straight vibes. Thinking with straight up vibes. What this could be: organ music. There's gonna be an organ playing. Someone's gonna play an organ. We're gonna get organ. Could be a Halloween release. I don't know if it's gonna be a Halloween release. The thing is I don't know too much about like music production and like the like time it takes to record, release, mix, master, and like distribute an album. I think it'd be a miracle if they're recording now. They're allegedly recording. They've been recording for like the past couple of weeks. I don't know if it can be out for Halloween. I'm gonna say 2024 release. I'm gonna say it's a 2024 release. Yeah. There's gonna be organs playing. They're gonna play a bunch of organs. Edgar Allan Poe reference. I don't fucking know. Might as well. Who knows what's gonna happen on this album? Certainly not me. This is the best I could come up with. So, let's go. Man on Hill from Foundations is not the main character. He's not the main character. He probably is, because he's the only character that we've heard of so far, but I'm just gonna be bold. I'm gonna be real bold. Pool Boy dies. The Pool Boy is gonna die, guys. He's gonna die a horrific death. He's gonna die a brutal, awful death. He might, who knows what's gonna happen to him, but he's gonna die. I'm just gonna call him the Foundations Man is a vampire. He is. I'm calling it. He's not the main character, but he is a vampire. That's what he is. That's what he is. Buzzing noises as instrumentals because of the flies or the cicadas or whatever the fuck they are. I don't know anymore. I'm going crazy. Guys, random theories. Let's go. If you put them in chat, I'll screenshot them and add them to the thing. Let's think. We can think with our brains. Think with our brains. What would they be doing in this mansion? Like, what do they get up to? Besides, swimming in the pool, I guess. Like, what would modern vampire... Oh, Joan of Arc. I forgot. Joan of Arc, modern day vampire lesbian. I'm calling it. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna say it. You can't knock me because it's true. Well, it's not true in our world. I don't know why I'm saying like it's a true thing that has happened here. Gerard also dressed as a priest one time. Priest, gay sex with vampire. Yeah. A priest is gonna have sex with the vampire. The priest, he's gonna like come to the vampire man. The priest, he's gonna arrive at the Priest is gonna show up at the vampire mansion, and he's gonna have gay sex with one of the vampires. That's what's gonna happen. I'm telling you right now. Pool boy gets killed from jealous person after they got passed around. That's a good one. That's a good one. I'll add that. I like that. Oh no, too many things. Yeah, put it up there. Pool boy is the pass around party bottom. Let's think. Boom. I think this is, if none of these are correct, I'm gonna lose my mind. I have to be right about something. Alright, so let's go back to, like, if we're at 9/11, we're at war, we're out in the desert, it's hot, it's brutal. What could be happening out there? PTSD song, you know, like, kind of like Sleep. They've already done Sleep, which is a PTSD song, but they can do another PTSD song. I'm sure Gerard has real PTSDs from 9/11, so that would make sense. There's just trying to think. Ooh, anti-Facebook lyrics. Gerard dressed in, like, this suit with the Facebook Meta logo on it, and he was covered in blood, so there's probably gonna be some anti-Facebook stuff, like, get off that damn phone. Ooh, borderline boomer mentality. It's gonna be, like, based at first, because it's like, get off your damn phone, but then it's gonna be like Facebook bad, and it's like, okay, but then it's like, and it's the damn phones corrupting the youths, because, you know, Gerard Way has, like, a Gen X child, so that would make sense. No moaning. I think from having a teenager, like, Gerard Way is now father to a teenager, they're not going to be moaning on the album. No moaning. Unfortunate for us. Halloween release with some costumes were Halloween related. This tour was happening, like, I don't even know if any of the costumes happened during Halloween. Like, basically, he came out every night in a different, like, funky outfit. Like, every single night, different funky outfit. So, it was just, and the tour happened, like, February or something. So, they were not Halloween related. I can assure you that. Ooh! Gerard did dress as Princess Diana one time, so Princess Diana could be relevant. Princess Diana reference? I'm not gonna put a question mark. I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna be confident, and I'm gonna be bold. Princess Diana reference. Because he dresses Diana one time. And what else did he dress? He dresses like his slutty secretary. Ooh, the Vampire Mansion has a slutty secretary. I hear Vampire Mansion and I think of, like, sex house. So that's where I'm going with this. Ooh. Halloween related to the song album? I guess. I don't know. Maybe people go trick or treaters die at Vampire Mansion. There we go. Cause some of them, some of the costumes were very Halloween-y. Like, he was a cat and, like, a clown and a ghost and stuff. So, Vampire Mansion burns down at the end. Okay, I like that. I like how we're banking entirely on this album being about the Vampire Mansion. And so if it's not, we're fucked. But I think we got some good theories, guys. I think we did it. I think we really came together and worked as a team to try and piece all of this together, really. Oh my gosh, it's been an hour. Oh my gosh. Well, That's what happens when you have autism. You talk about MCR and you go for a full hour. So yeah, let me know everyone's theories on mcr5. If you're watching this afterwards, leave a comment. Let me know what you think's gonna happen. And, yeah. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to, put these on a shirt. Jesus Christ. I feel like I am going to take my shirt off, dunk myself in ice water, and try my best to not overheat. MCR5 coming soon. I'll probably do some type of, like, live reaction, like, listening party when it drops, because I'm sure, like, everyone will love to see me just crying on camera over new MCR music. So, yeah, I'm gonna call it here, end the stream, and I'll see you guys all on Thursday. Woo! Yeah. I'm so hot. I'm literally so hot. I'm so hot and I'm so sweaty and I'm gonna die. I'm literally going to die.